away you go. Takes that into the landing area. And now the return across the 20. The Jets will go to work offensively. And their offense is under Geno Smith, who returns to where it all started. Jets didn't work all so well the first time around, but back here he's had some success in other places, and the Jets believe he can lead them down the field.
Yes, they do. They brought him here. He is back with the Jets. They believe that he is that piece that can get this offense going.
Braylon Allen is in the backfield for Smith. First down, they're going to go to Braylon Allen, and he gets just a couple of yards, not much there. Steelers defensively do it. Some of the players expected to make an impact tonight. These are presented by your neighborhood Ford store. Ford, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We expect to see a lot from Howard and Al last week, and so did Gabriel Rubio.
They both did. Jennings did a nice job of coming out of the secondary. They love the way that he tackled, and of course Rubio being
all right, 2nd and 8 now after a 2-yard gain for Allen. Smith hit, throws to his intended receiver, and it is first down yardage. Watch the pressure coming up front, Chuck.
Football held on to the last minute, taking that shot, getting it to his playmaker, picking up a first down.
Rayshon Jen. Early in camp, they had Savage. They got rid of him, brought in Jenkins, and he's been playing well. Had a good game last week. So now 10. Deep drop, throws down the field. As a receiver, did he keep his feet in bounds? And that's A.D. Mitchell again. He's a guy, of course, 1 yards. Originally out of Texas, 2-time national champion, went to Georgia. Sauce Gardner, that was a big trade last year, and he's one of the guys they put
around. Easy completion on the out route there. Not sure exactly what Dean saw, but that's one they're going to come back to for sure if he's not able to clean that up.
Injured in training camp. Mason Taylor, tight end, is in the game. And this is Allen getting a couple of yards there before the Steelers get him to. Sean Elliott was one at the time. He thought that hyperextended knee, which put him out. I think he suffered against Green Bay last year. It was a tough injury, but he's come all the way back.
Yeah, there's a big difference. Secondary, he sets the tone, and whenever he was not in the game last year and missed that time, it really impacted their statistically defense.
2nd and 7 for New York. First possession of the game. They have one first down. This pass batted down. It looks like maybe Y.A. Black he's been doing well. He's a big guy, and if he occupies people in the middle, it could free up a lot of guys around him.
And Y.A. Black, he had a really good game last. The batted pass there, and I'm sure Derek Harmon's saying, I'm not used to tackling the ball carrier, or at least the receiver and the offensive lineman right there.
He got the better of Josh Myers, their center, who signed here for 2 years, $15 million last year. Originally with the packaging. We got Mitchell, Wilson, and Amari Cooper in the game now for the Jets. And this one is Mason Miller, Jason Taylor. And he makes that reception. Their number 1 tight end. Sean Elliott makes the stop.
I know he grew up, and I know they are all here representing, if not here, but they are listening to this. Nice job of separation here. Ball slightly behind Taylor. Nice job adjusting.
He did not play last week with an injury. We saw Cade Klubnik out of Clemson was their starting quarterback. He performed well. Expect to see him later in this game. A new set of down, trying to stop this drive by New York. Allen gets it, and right off the bat, he's hit there. And it's Patrick Queen.
And that is Patrick Queen right there. This is what he loves to do, come downhill and be able to meet the ball. Queen, you can see nowhere for the running back to go at this particular point. He had 55 tackles last year, 1 sack, 1 forced fumble.
Former first-round pick of the Baltimore Ravens, but now, in the final year of a deal here, he's looking to make a statement this year for sure. Number 11 after the loss. Smith looking left, throwing right. It's Braylon Allen's right there. Makes a short completion before
Peyton Wilson to take that next step. Had a good season last year, 73 tackles, 2 sacks and 1 interception. Had a tackle last week in the preseason. Wilson, so it's going to be Graham uses him in this defense.
3rd and 6. Geno Smith early going is 5 for 5 for 42 yards. First possession, 1-yard touchdown run in their game against Tampa Bay. Smith rolling right, throwing as his man. That's a first down. Wilson, who is taking on more of a leadership role, first-round pick out of Ohio State back in 2022.
That the Steelers lost contained, was able to buy time, hitting Wilson as he adjusted on that out route sliding.
Route right there. Asante Samuel Jr. was in the vicinity, but a good throw and catch by Garrett Wilson. At the 13-yard line. Smith rolling, throwing. Open man right there. It's going to be Jelani Woods. And Jelani, guy out of the University of Virginia, scores the first points of this game on a very nice drive engineered by Geno Smith.
Now the play action, you can see Patrick wide open receiver. That's just something you can't have. Both of those two are communicating. And that's an easy touchdown for the Jets.
Was with the Colts. He was originally a third-round pick, had all sorts of injuries. 2 years with Indy, didn't put much up because of those injuries. Jason Sanders, Jets made a move. They got rid of a really good kicker last year, Nick Folk, and they brought him. And this one's going to go into the end zone, and it's going to be returned. That is Caden Region, who had that touchdown with not great field position. And that was the theme of last week's story. They had too many starting positions that were inside the 20 station. For Will Howard, the starting quarterback tonight, we're also going to see both Jalen Warren and Rico Dowdle. First time we've had a chance to see him, and then Carolina.
Yes, he does, and has experience with Mike McCarthy down in Dallas, so you know he understands this.
For 14, along with Jeremy Bernard in this one, it's Jalen Warren. First carry of this preseason, gets a couple of yards for the Jets. You know, we talk about things that go on with running backs. Is it possible someone had asked 1,000-yard rushers? Because they both have the ability to do it. It depends on how they share this responsibility.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works. Yes, absolutely.
You saw that with Kenneth Gainwell last year. Again, it's Warren, this time going nowhere. That was her.
We talked about this was one of the keys prior to the game is getting this running game going. To have 72 yards and get the running game going, that opens up the play action game. So that's going to be something that they're going to continue to work on throughout the course of this game.
That offensive line needs to come together. Hanashore will not play here tonight. So now it's 3rd and 9. Howard fires over his intended receiver. So the Steelers will go 3 and out in the first possession of the game for Will Howard.
Now, playing the sticks, they sat right at 9 yards in anticipation of a ball thrown in front of the sticks. They played it well, overthrow.
And there's Cameron Johnston. He is the man. Had a couple of good ones last week. Trey Brown is possession. It's a good kick by Johnston. It's away from the first, and there's a penalty. It's going to go against the Jets, and that was the problem that Steelers had last week. Teams 56 yards on.
During the return, blocking the back, receiving team number 32, TV, timeout.
All right, we're going to go to a break. Jets have their second possession, leading 7-0. Saw him last week as a former Packer, now a former Jet, talking to his receivers over there. Tim Patrick, Malik McLean, the receiver. Klubnik. One possession is all they needed to see from Geno Smith, and it was a good one. 10 plays, 69 yards. He was 7 for 7 for 65 for Pittsburgh.
Klubnik now operating on a 3rd and 9, 6:20. 4th round pick in the pocket. He will throw it. And the intended target. Klubnik was dealing with some heat from Herbig.
Where only his player could potentially catch it. As a matter of fact, it hits it right in his hands as he's falling down out of bounds. I mean, honestly, but again, a nice throw where it's out of harm's way, even though you take that hit from Herbig.
Austin McNamara punting. Legion handles it at the 40, makes a move upfield, and then gets hit hard just short of the 45. Now in there at running back for Pittsburgh. It's a first down. Good opening field position. Howard is on the money to Roman Wilson for a first down of 14 yards.
Again, here you have Belton, who's in the game, number 6, and he's going to be a guy that the Jets are keeping their eye on. He's having a great camp. There's a lot of buzz about him. Will he win?
Steelers now in Jets territory at the 43. Fake the handoff. Howard on the move. Howard toss, but he's back in coverage for New York.
Solid effort, but good job by Stevens here to just push at least defense of the defensive line of the Jets to just get Howard out of the pocket and force him to throw to the left.
Dowdle came over from Carolina, had over 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. One of those, some of them. Hall, Davis, the running backs. You mentioned Sadiq, the rookie from Oregon. Michael Walker, who actually had with a knee issue. Pons, Wright, Stiggers, Sweat. All out of action.
Yeah, and you think about the 2 rookies. Pons has gotten back to practice now. He's going to be available soon. So again, some players are starting to get healthy.
3rd down and 8. And Howard is dropped.
And that's a heck of a play by that young man. Him in the preseason, and he's been around the quarterback now for 2 weeks.
High snap. Cameron Johnston is going to place it inside the 5.
You know, being able to time, and he's done a great job, and he's happy to be here. It's almost it was meant to be for him.
Wangu falls forward, not much there. Who was rewarded with a new deal in the offseason, makes that stop. The discussion that he had with Pete Carroll in regards to Geno Smith, and Pete just gave glowing reviews of what Geno was going to. Geno's talked about Frank Wright as a teacher, very demanding as an OC. Klubnik, he can use those legs and will. Klubnik finds a running lane for a first down. Eventually gets there. That's a 16-yard scamper for the Rook.
Yeah, really nice job. The pocket breaks down. Plenty of rushing touchdowns. Again, be smart, get down, don't take the hit. You see him, well, kind of want to slide. He gets caught from behind. But again, it's an escapability product that comes with his football team and his game that makes him a quarterback they really like.
Back to Wangu. Runs into a crowd, wasn't going to go down on first contact, and limiting him to a 2-yard pickup. Talked to Klubnik about Geno Smith. He said the nuances. He said that Geno is seeing things on film that the other guys in the quarterback room are not seeing, which indicates the veteran.
Think about how that's going to expedite Cade Klubnik, who is vouching for the second backup spot for this team. The kid's got 40-plus starts at major college as well.
Second down and 8. Fake the handoff. Klubnik. He's just going to chuck it downfield.
Laying pocket, right? They're probably talking about that.
I mean, there was nobody there from New York.
There surely wasn't. Pretty good arm strength, though. Yeah, he 100% did not get outside the pocket, but again, he's able to throw the ball away.
Offense. Now, it will be third down.
And you may want to ID Jenkins, right? We've called his name out twice there, excuse me. And they're not able to kick out at the right tackle position. He doesn't get outside the box. There is no receiver there. I get it. He's trying to retreat out of there. Not enough time, though, with Jenkins in his face.
And the Jets are staring at a third. Puts a mustard on it. Hits Isaiah Williams. The ball comes free. Jets are trying to scramble to and face fourth down.
A lot of talk about Isaiah Williams, right? Potentially being the 3 receiver. And these are moments where you have to have the trust. You got to tuck that ball away. It's a line. There's a lot of action going on. You're going to get hit when you catch the football. So they're fortunate to get it back. But again, having that trust level, you have to build that.
Starting safety Deshaun Elliott is the one that ripped it out. McNamara had a 43-yard kick on his first attempt. No. And it is handled there by Legion. Stutter step, trying to turn the corner, and he's brought down along late. The tight end is the one who made the stop. 61-yard kick and a 12-yard return, 28-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to get Rucker for pulling behind.
Horse collar type play.
Now, it's on the side on the number. Yeah, it is a turnover.
During return, the receiving team fumbled the ball. It was recovered by the kicking team. First down, New York Jets.
Again, you see clearly on the side on the number, so it's not a horse collar. It's a good job by Rucker, and the ball pops out. McLean, does a great job. And again, you think about Chris Banjo, the special teams coordinator, how good this team was last year. So what a play.
Right into the breadbasket. Bang, bang play where the ball pops up in the air, and it was a gift. You thought, all right, maybe he grabbed underneath. He did not. Larry Smith, on an expedited review, has overturned it. That the question, did he have possession?
You see the ball's in the air. He's trying to grab it. It's on his body. 1, 2.
No, second one.
Okay. You're happy with that, and you know he has no idea that ball's going to pop up in the air. So he made a great effort to do it. But hustling to the football, those are little things. Drafted rookie at that for the Jets and McLean.
All the highs and lows on one special teams play. Bowling ball of a running back. And that's going to be the final play of this opening quarter. Forward progress.
You know, I'm partial GM as well. I got to foreshadow these things.
Are you allowed to scout at that
age? Of course, yeah, you got to. I mean, you just never know.
Second quarter with the Jets in front 7-0. On a give for Warren. Good cutback to give him the first down. Game number 2, you're
important for the first team to get that touchdown. So Kate Klubnik can continue to play. He's got an opportunity, but the backup may not even be on the roster. Is Isaiah Williams? Is it Omar Cooper? And of course, secondary. You know, Dane Belton's been a guy, we keep hearing his name. He started this game. Now Cisco knowledge of the football game. So again, a lot of things going on that the Jets need answers to in this second game.
Another carry for on the stop. It's a 6-yard pickup. We'll call it 5. 2nd and 5.
And you still got good against good, right? You still got some of the top tier defense. Really good work here. Almost like an extended, you know, we call these joint practices when all the best players play. You're getting to see a lot of these guys now, at least for the Jets.
Howard. In the pocket. And Howard, Darnell Washington. And it will be enough for a first down, crossing into Jets territory.
And obviously, one of the best tacklers in the NFL is going to definitely take this guy down, but it's not an easy deal. He makes it a little hard because he kind of goes down with his head. You see Washington being the player that he is. Really impressed by him. I've never seen him, talk to him in person. Obviously, I was still kind of doing my thing. Just the way he speaks, the things that he talks about, you know, being now his 14th, 15th year in the league, it's pretty impressive.
Lofting it up. Incomings, and Stevens wins the battle. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You love seeing this, right? Textbook, right? It's okay, here comes the pass, doesn't panic, and he knocks it away. Now, Stevens has been a guy that started a lot of ball, obviously, before he got to the Jets. But again, now you're feeling it for him, and that is good to see from the secondary player, returning starter for the Jets.
Still no Nashawn Wright for New York, so that opportunity at the other corner position. Rico Dowdle on 2nd and 10. The Jets swarm, and they bring him down after the gain of 2. Demario Davis, when we talked to him yesterday, asked him, hey, who's a playmaker? He just makes this defense better. He flies around the field.
Yeah, coaches won't tell you the truth sometimes in those meetings. You get the play, right? But listen, he's been all over the place today so far. He's made 2 special teams tackles. He's been in the box as well. They talk about his knowledge. A young player, but now he's getting his shot, and he's excelling early.
Howard, step and throw, delivers. Steelers. Azarie Thomas in coverage. Good for some.
They're going a little tempo here, but an inside cutting right. You're going to see him come inside. It's really how much time can you have to get this job of moving in the pocket to get that completion.
Dowdle's got some room, but the Jets converge. They're going to mark him down on the first contact. Shot out of a cannon. So Thomas met him there, as did, and the knee was down right there. It's the 9th play of the drive. Remember, the Jets thought they were going to have the football. Steelers retained it, and they've done something with it. Good cut back by Dowdle. And that's going to be, picks up 5. Dowdle runs hard.
Dare, number 52, who's a new defensive end through free agency, make this tackle here. And stopping the run is something that Aaron Glenn, this football game, well, they're getting tested here on a 10-play drive so far.
Howard over the middle. And a quick hit. Dowdle, his 3rd stint with the Jets. Demario told us it's surreal. First time that it's been his choice, because the Jets in 2017. And the relationship he developed with Aaron Glenn when Glenn was in New Orleans coaching defensive backs. Played
as a tackler, and he is a short tackler, as we saw in that last play.
Dowdle slicing. Takes it just inside down as Jawan Briggs will get credit for the stop.
For this team when they picked him up in a trade, and I think about now the depth at the defensive line for the Jets, man. Like, they can bring in fresh bodies when they get different guys that can come in and be fresh. They're going to be a lot better in pass rush situation and also stopping the run.
3rd down and 4. Howard surveys, and it's picked up. He threw it right to Cisco. Howard intercepted by the veteran Andre Cisco. Jets have the football. 7-0 lead, no points on the board. And Howard may have saved a touchdown with a tackle. They get one here in preseason week number 2 from Andre Cisco. Klubnik On the roll, and the throw to the down marker.
Yeah, you got man-to-man coverage everywhere across the board, and Cisco is in the back, and he has free reign. All he has to do is read courses. Look at Howard. Hey, who's coming across the field? That's a guy in the free. Howard thinks he's open, doesn't realize Cisco's the freelancer. He attacks the option too much last year. 0 times for the Jets. It's a nice job by him.
On the quick toss, they feed it to Patrick, and he's got the first down. Ashton Davis, week 18 of the 2024 season for the pick.
So it's a minute, right? That's a minute ago. It's hard to, unbelievable to think that they weren't able to get there. Now they dropped their hands on the football at some point throughout the year. They just weren't able to pull any in, and I think it became a psyche at that point because you're trying to get one.
New set of downs here for New York. It's Wangu on the inside run. Wangu, Carson Bruner, the linebacker for Pittsburgh.
Will catch the ball. He's been an elite returner, a former All-Pro when he was with the Vikings. So again, he's getting that value now, and obviously Breece Hall being down with the groin, he'll be back week 1. But the support they get is huge.
Okorafor was just so the 9-year veteran is being checked on by the medical staff. So a tackle. Shotgun, Klubnik on a give. And Wangu runs into him. Going to bring up third down, some pushing and shoving at the end of the play. Looking at the right hand of Okorafor.
They will, try to get a buddy tape on that. Usually linemen come right back in after those situations. Obviously, Kate Klubnik they threw out of the end zone on first down the last series. Now they'll get in these third downs. These situations, man can convert.
It's a 3rd down and 5 for New York. Klubnik knocked down. Tried to sidearm it to Isaiah Williams and Jet. 4th down for New York.
There's still some talented players obviously on the field. Jack Sawyer being one of them, a young player. Here they may be. They got the no, they don't. Now they're coming off the field. Thought maybe they're going to keep their offense out there, but it looks like they're going to punt. Oh, they do have their offense.
So there was a moment there where it looked like the punting unit was going to come on. Then Klubnik waved them off.
They'll pump the clock for him. Look at that. They got a favor, a gift.
Clock was down to 5.
It was.
So it's reset. Just reset again. Working through the kinks on preseason. Klubnik backs off. He's absolutely. So now the punting unit will come on.
Better. You already are ready and prepared to do that on 4th down. Guys are running off the field. They came back. They got a gift from the officials to try to draw them off sides. But at that point, I don't think the Steelers were going to be baited on that.
In a strange way, it may have actually hurt the Jets because the sense of urgency once they settled in and realized, like, hey, they're not running a play.
Yeah.
McNamara will punt it away on his last try. That ball will not get to Weegin. It rolls along the sideline and then touched right around the back-to-back punts, and then Howard got picked off by Andre Cisco. They take over at the 16-yard line, but now in the backfield. The pitch from Howard to Johnson, and he cuts through. Still haven't seen Tavondre Sweat here in the preseason, but he has returned to practice.
Yeah, large human being, obviously, but you think about what he brings to the table. You see big run stopper. Well, Aaron Glenn talked about him, being a little bit more versatile as well. They like his pass rush out for his size, and they expect that to be a big part of his game.
Howard, nice rhythm throw. Nowakowski, tight end type, had a touchdown for 10 yards.
Yeah, a lot of full flow, hard play action. You get some of these backers to sit back, and you're trying to get something downfield. Running back, which is not the best matchup, so that's a win from the Steelers' standpoint. They're able to get an easy completion.
No Aaron Rodgers off the play fake. Skoranek could not get away from Trey Brown. And is joining us, and we're expecting to see Sheriff Country. You can catch that and the rest of the CBS lineup starting right now on DK Metcalf and Aaron Rodgers, along with Pat Freiermuth. 10-7 last season, lost to Houston in the wild card. Perfectly placed. Howard over the top to Tunyon.
Malachi is a player for this football team that has to stand out, make some plays more, and he's in the spot. He's in the place was a little bit better, and he's not able to scrape that one out, but he is there to make that tackle.
Down to 4:35 remaining. Howard, good protection. Coming back for the football. Skoranek. 7 on the play. Trey Brown, a little slow to get up.
Nickel position, just because you only have Brownlee. You talked about Wright, and you also talked about Pons not being able to practice.
Pons, a 2nd-round pick out of Indiana. Quantez Stiggers did return moving forward, but not available tonight. Trey Brown, who's played with Seattle and the Rams, was always what popped off the page on scouting reports. And Brown going in for the helmet slammed down to the turf. So now Keenan Garber will step in. He's first year. 2nd down and 3. Quick hitter. In some traffic, Roman Wilson, but did not get enough for the first down.
Reading this, sees the block here, and he shoots and gets underneath that and is able to make the tackle on the spot. Got a lot of play in Ryan Clark, and I believe he's in attendance tonight. So again, just an opportunity. Younger players now, 2nd year, getting some more time because of
looking to convert on a 3rd and 1, and they will. So they give the responsibility. Who gets 2.5. We'll count it down to the 3-minute mark. First half, both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining. Jets score 7 on the drive and hit Jelani Woods for the 13-yard touchdown. From the 42, Howard lays it out there for Perlman. Yard pickup. Garber ranging over to make the play for New York.
See a lot of tight ends back across away from where they're faking the run. They're also bringing receivers. You talked about Hurlman is smaller guys, so you're used to a big body tight end coming across. When you're a linebacker, you're trying to find that body. You don't see a small receiver, and they sneak him outside.
The actual running back, Caleb Johnson, gets that call, and he's stacked up after a gain of 2. Number of Jets in there, and the interception to Cisco. Line of scrimmage is the 37 of New York on a 3rd down and 5. Zips it, and it's intercepted. Another pick from New York. As Womack comes away with the INT.
Pass interfered. Behind. Result of the play. First down.
They come in bunches.
They do.
Interception for Samuel Womack, now in his 5th year in the NFL. Stints with San Francisco, Indianapolis, and Tennessee. Klubnik. The connection is made with Omar Cooper Jr., the national champion. 1:42 and counting left in this first half. A 2nd down and 1.
It's now right into the half, so it works out perfect for both sides of the ball for the Jets.
9 different receivers have caught at least 1 ball for New York. Going to move the chains.
So this should be a really good opportunity here to call plays and run plays.
Klubnik darts it to the sideline, and Isaiah Williams 5 and counting. It's a gain of 6. Klubnik steps up, and Klubnik gets clocked. There was a meeting in the pocket for Pittsburgh, leading the brigade.
Well, listen, you can sit back and play coverage and just play your 2-minute, or you can say, you know what, we got a young quarterback edge. They have a free hitter coming in. Now the quarterback has to expedite and speed things up, and he's not able to really make any room for himself when you're in the 2-minute offense. So, again, well played by the Steelers defense. And now, how risky do you want to be here on 3rd and long?
At 11, the Jets use their first timeout. 49 seconds to go. From the gun, Klubnik stands tall on the out route. He hits his man for a first down. That's rookie to rookie.
Hands of the quarterback before McClain even comes out of his route. So you talk about timing, being where you need to be. Watch this. The ball's in the air right now. You bounce as well to stop the clock.
And it keeps the drive alive. Klubnik, pump fake. Nice avoidance. And that ball got tipped as he was throwing it. His dad, Mark, was a longtime tight end for the Steelers. That's Carson Bruner, second-year linebacker. Put a second on the clock, 39 seconds to play. Jets still have 2 timeouts to work with.
Again, plenty of time. The one thing you don't want, but you see there the quickness and speed of defenders in the NFL. They can get around the football quick if you're just trying to poke a pass in there as a young quarterback's head as he's playing this offense.
Yeah, they're getting close to field goal range as well.
Timeout.
Larry Smith
New York.
runs
Third
in.
and final timeout.
Timeout. They actually have the one remaining. He has corrected himself. Larry is an umpire on Sean Hunt. And is also a principal of a middle school in Kansas City, Kansas. No detention. Got to go the extra mile.
You always do.
2nd and 10. Klubnik has to eat it. Back in.
He's going to be in protection here and decides to take it heavy up top, and he gets run over. He probably should have cut the defender here.
3rd down and long. Field goal range. They're looking for it. And that might be enough. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. And they use the timeout.
A little risky there. Maybe they thought there was no timeouts because they heard it, but yeah, you see Wangru here. You got to cut this guy. It's a big. But then he comes right back. They got to be fast. He's found a nice hookup with McLean there on the deep curl route. Competition going on right here, Ian. So why not give an opportunity for these guys to kick the football?
Yeah, that battle is between Cade York. His career high is a 59-yarder, and that is what he's going to attempt right now. The holder is McNamara. Nine-yard attempt. Sweeps the leg. And York's kick is errant. No good. But Cade Klubnik, just the insight and the way he teaches the game. That ball rolls through to start the second half, and Drew Aller, the Penn State product, rookie, 3rd-round draft pick, will lead this offense. 3 total.
It was impressive. I mean, you talk about someone that a little bit banged up his last year at Penn State, wasn't able to really capitalize on this draft. He works himself back and really shows out and answers a lot of questions. A lot of videos circulating about Mike McCarthy changing his style week 1. So it'll be a nice challenge for the Jets defense to see him on the football field.
So that'll do it for Will Howard tonight. Handles the snap. Allen out of the pocket. Well, pump and run, just shy. Chase there, Cisco and McCrary ball.
Yeah, it's a good job by McGregor. Now, you don't want to run past the quarterback, but this is a guy's ability to get out there. A lot of flash blinging there on him as well. He's got a lot of silver. That's a lot. That would distract me. Look, different time.
Allen on a give. Outside, Caleb Johnson is tackled in the open field. 5-yard pickup. Clark ended his college. You mentioned his dad, Ryan, who won a Super Bowl for the Pittsburgh Steelers and is in attendance.
I mean, to swipe the arm and drive through his legs. I mean, he had the first down there and he stopped them. So that's going to show up on film, man. They're
going to run it inside. Caleb Johnson, it is enough for a first down.
In the elevator, actually talked to him a little bit. Talked about his son. He's getting some time to see his kid play, and saw him on the sidelines before the game.
You do some of your best work. Aller steps up. And Aller runs across midfield with a penalty 7-yard line. McCullough.
Holding. Offense, number 62.
His penalty of the night against Pittsburgh. 3 against New York.
Yeah, Peyton Page, 98, does a nice job of pushing the pocket. Gets his hands up in the helmet hold there. It was hands are inside. He's kind of sitting back and doing it. But again, if you shed as a defender and you try to break away to make a tackle, and the officials can call those. So it's good push by Page to create that hold.
So 1st and 20 now for Pittsburgh. Back it up. Aller on the give. Johnson with a cutback. And the Jets rally to the football. 8 of 3. Malachi Moore over there. McCrary Ball in the area as well.
Yeah, undrafted rookie Pittsburgh.
2nd and 17. Aller. Dump off. There is some room there for Johnson. Got those. slides in to make the play. It's a gain of 6.
You know, something the Jets haven't done much of, maybe as they did last year, is tackle in practice. Now, they've had live drills and done things, but man, I've been impressed and missed the first tackle for this defense. So that's a really big positive heading into the season.
It's 3rd down and long for the Steelers. Defensively, rush is coming. Aller, sidearm toss, room to work, and another open field tackle. Tunyon couldn't get.
Jets bring some pressure. And again, this is a good job. They get everything. It's a nice tackle by Moore.
And they're going for it on 4th down. Aller looks, throws too high. The Jets take team to play. 3rd quarter here in Pittsburgh, where the Jets maintain their at their own 49-yard line. Klubnik remains in the game for New York. Sam Scott gets the carry. It's no gain. That's ground attack. It's you're seeing from Braylon Allen.
Yeah, I mean, last week was kind of an anomaly. He just did a great job. He looked faster. He looked stronger. And when we talked to him, Ian lost a lot of weight, got down to about 220, and then he just started lifting and running, and his body just grew, and he got stronger, but he kept his speed. So he's at 2.5, so that's the big thing of emphasis that he picked up, you know, coming back from that injury.
On the underneath throw to Skinner. Pick up 7 yards on the play. Now we asked Braylon Allen, Florida, to train. Great guy, really confident. It stood out to him the moment he met him that obviously we saw it on the opening drive of the night.
And you think about that when you're in the huddle, and you see that, and the quarterback delivers that to you. That's out there to know what you're doing.
Crowd the line on a 3rd and 2. There was not enough of a crack for Sam Scott. And we are sensing that
they're trying to sneak in. They're obviously knowing it's run, and they get a little crossing there. They get picked up to one linebacker, but you have a free linebacker on 4th. You got to put them through these scenarios and situations. Probably get a one-on-one matchup and a route, a quick pass to see if we can get a play guards.
Klubnik. Quick dump off. The twirl by Scott, and he didn't make it. It appears they're right. Won a couple of Super Bowls with New England.
Like the play design here, and you know, in preseason, you're trying to get the back on a quick swing, and like as you're a back and you catch that, if you got some time to turn, you got to make a guy miss like that. Those are the hidden traits that NFL teams. I have those are big dollar seats there. They're that close. I'm going to spend every waking dollar in my pocket.
Funny where your brain goes. Caleb Johnson getting 250. Pretty clean game.
Offense, number 28. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
And it's Levi Wentz on the hold out on the perimeter.
You start getting the defender sideways, and he starts trying to pull away. You got to get away. That's a good job. Kind of lift his arms up. You see the pull, and again, make the officials call the play if the hands are in a bad spot.
On 1st down, Aller fires one over the middle. Rookie tight end. Good for it.
I talked earlier, you know, when we came out of the half about 4-down pressure, right? Getting to the quarterback. Again, it's going to be in the pocket. Man, those 4 guys really need to show up in these opportunities, especially 2nd, 3rd down and long.
Jaden Keller, the free agent. Aller, 2nd and long. Aller does get rid of it with a rainbow complete. It's a 1st down for Pittsburgh.
Real close here of swiping this football. Good concentration by Aller, but man, good job football. I mean, not a lot of room for as high as that ball was.
Steelers operating quickly here, drifting, and he bounces it. So Aller will take the incompletion. It was Heidenreich on a tough time hearing the call from the OC. Mike McCarthy for Pittsburgh. It's a running play, hop step, Heidenreich. 7th-round draft pick.
Talked about this throw. I mean, just kind of airs it up. But really good job toe tapping there by McCree. Again, a rookie, undrafted rookie out of USC. Receivers, tight ends got to make catches like that. And just understanding where you're on the field as a young player, that's going to be a positive in the meetings.
To go on the third. Aller steps up, and Aller gets sacked. Chase Wilson, the rookie from Penn State.
That's a good job. You see him in the middle of your screen here. They're just going to run a little get through. Obviously, you always see protection problems from the backup, some of those younger players in on offense, but they take advantage of it. They pick them, and Wilson does a good job of that.
It is Marjan from 44 yards away. No good. 2 interceptions in that loss to Tampa Bay, so that'll close the book on Klubnik. 10 of 14 for a 7-yard rush. Zappy step and throw, and it's dropped by Scott. Hit his hand on the play by Spears Jennings.
Off-angle throw here coming back to the back room, and you don't when a defender comes up and knocks you at the point of the catcher. And Zappy's a guy that obviously wants a little redemption after last on him. The other one coming off the receiver's hands, but just coming out looking a little crisper and just showing his professionalism as a guy that's played in this league.
Yeah, that deflected off of him, and Zappy got picked off. Sam Scott galloping with a flag down. Marker is tossed at the 36.
It's number 88. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 2nd down.
And it's Cam Camper, the wide receiver.
We taught him better on the edge. Cam Camper, young player, one of my guys. But again, listen, when you're coming out, he's known for just like they did on the other side of the football. You got to let him go. You can't grab. Get your hands inside. Young player gets an opportunity to squeal
In Orlando in the UFL, Zappy puts some air under it. Trying to break away is Skinner, and he gets brought down. Darrell Porter. So Klubnik saw last week when it was announced that Geno Smith was dealing with an ankle issue. Multiple series for Club into the 3rd quarter.
And for the Jets, what does that look like for him to win the 2nd quarterback spot? I think those are the things.
They're down in 15. Zappy. It's going to be well short. Catch made by Chase Curtis. And the punting unit will come on for New York. Austin McNamara. McNamara will kick it away for the 4th time tonight. Legion is the deep man standing. Legion's the rookie out of Iowa. 22. Legion's got some space, a zigzag. And he's tackled at the 35. It is the Caleb Johnson gets the carry, and Johnson is ridden down short of the 40-yard line. Picks up 2. Smith, former Dallas Cowboy, in on that stop.
And he's back. He's been injured during training camp. Gets an opportunity now to get back.
Points for Pittsburgh. They've had a couple of opportunities. 2 interceptions from the Jets defense. And 7. Motion man Lance Mason. Aller gets devoured. 3 and there. Out of William and Mary. The tribe has spoken.
He's coming off the edge here. This is a nice job, just working the rip and get the edge there without going past the quarterback, which is great, right? So now he's got a direct hit on the quarterback. It's discipline. It's good. A sack when you're not bringing pressure. It's a good job by the front 4 of the Jets getting home.
And forcing Pittsburgh into a 3rd and steps up. Aller is going to throw on the move. It's offline with a penalty marker down at the intended receiver.
You're going to get Hoffman, 67.
Holding. This is a decline. 4th down.
So Jets turn it down. Steelers will punt it away with 2:45 on the clock here in the 3rd.
Always get the hands up like, I don't get it. I didn't hold.
I mean, isn't that
what is he talking about?
part of the handbook? You're taught.
I've held every play. It's just the way you do it.
Yeah,
you got to. There's a proper way to hold, right?
Cameron Johnston with Bergen deep at the 25. Bergen, a good move upfield. And then absorbs the hit just in. And a 10-yard return for Bergen for New York.
Yeah, really nice. Obviously, get home, get to the quarterback, and especially for David Bailey, a heck of a job. You see the proper, not only one, but two, Cisco and then Womack getting their hands on the football. I mean, you're getting a little bit of everything, and we talked about it at halftime. 2 sacks now as well, 1 in the second half. Aaron Glenn's got to be happy as he's calling the defensive play here, especially in the preseason where they're pitching a shutout. With
Trainum is now in the backfield. Fake the handoff. Nope, give it to him. Trainum trying to slip off one tackler and is brought down after the gain by Jamin Davis, who also had a brief stint with the Jets. Come up on 2 minutes. Not a lot of yards on either side. 173 for the Jets. 100. Zappi on the line to Skinner. Good for 3.
An imaginable third down opportunity. And again, moving the sticks, getting the ball out of your hands, don't take a sack. And again, there's some more plays because of the fact that you got a lot of plays you can call in this window here at 3rd and 3.
It's a running play. Trying to push the pile. Trainum down out near the 45.
Low risk play there. Obviously, Zappi's probably thinking, man, we'd love to have the ball thrown in that opportunity. But, again, you can sneak one underneath. But it's a good play by the Steelers to stop the run.
But number 5 for McNamara. Weegan gets another opportunity standing. High kick. Weegan settles under it. Bobbles. And a flag is at the 19.
Number 42. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down.
The receiving team and Super Bowl champion with the Packers won it, of course, with Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. Down from the 5. Johnson puts the helmet down and is ridden down after the gain of 4. Tackle. Probably going to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Only 10 seconds left on the clock. In on that stop, and we will go to the 4th. Jets still have the 7-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Faces, and he gets his thumb on something now. Like, he got this, and it is a challenge to do that, to be situationally sound as a head coach. But you put good people around you, like a Frank Reich. Have those pieces now. Carl Dunbar, defensive lineman, been one of the best in the league over the last decade. So again, like players, it's everything. And hopefully for this football team, as they head into the season, it starts to come together, and you see a much better product on the field because of it.
Underway in this 4th quarter. Caleb Johnson gets the call, and Johnson's got the first down. Took that on for the Steelers.
That's something Steelers are always going to do. They're going to run the football. It's hat on a hat, and now it's like, okay, who's the second-level defenders that are going to make the tackle? We talked about number 92 has done a great job getting a sack earlier and then finding a way to get to the quarterback as well. But again, these guys are getting chances. This is your opportunity to do it.
Drew Aller. Strong toss. Catch is made over the middle. 9-yard catch. So the Steelers are moving the football. 2nd and 1. Early stages 4th quarter. Second-year running back, played at Central Michigan. Gets the necessary. Keller, the rookie out of Virginia Tech, with the tackle.
As you get deeper into, you're feeling it on both sides of the line. Defense, offensive line. You don't have as big a guy in the game, not a lot of experience. So again, guys that are in there now, injury, what's his condition like? And guys like Page, who we talked about, Peyton Page, these guys have to come off the football and make some plays.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
I'll mention his college, but It is on a negative play. He went to West Virginia.
I hear a lot of Ace Wilson. I mean, hey, they're starting to flow some guys. And listen, it makes sense. A lot of the personnel, they usually they start radiusing into schools around state. You see those guys start to show up in the preseason in those back-end lineups for Pittsburgh.
Carry there for Nichols. Brought down after a gain of 3.
Second down, 12. Jefferson, their own 31.
Passing touchdowns in the league at 36. They know that's an area that needs to see market improvement at times. Trey Brown is back in for New York. Aller throws it, and it's Brown. A gain of 2 for Nichols. He's been on the practice squad for Philadelphia and running.
It was 2nd and long. Now you got 3rd and long. So what's the desired play here for these young players? How deep in the playbook do you go and you play back? You got to know where the sticks are. So that'll be important for whatever safety or wherever backers are coming back here for them.
For Brown. Suffered that in the first half. Rushes on. 3rd and 10. Steelers handle it. But get in. So it's 4th down for Pittsburgh.
Process, right? When you get push, even though you don't touch the quarterback, he's got to get the ball out. Obviously, it's tight coverage. They're not near the sticks. You got to make that to make the tackle and get themselves off the field on 3rd down.
So it's the 4th kick of the night for Cameron Johnston. Team moves forward, fields cleanly. The moves up the field. Zappy, dump off. Catch is made by Beck. And he's dropped after a 4 for the first-round pick, 16th overall. You're dealing with the hernia. What's the scouting report?
Yeah, I mean, look, I really like this guy. 240 pounds. You know, he runs a 4.3. Dustin Keller, you know, he's a clone, really, of him. But I think, you know, the expectation level of, okay, you're not doing anything in training camp. He's conditioning and being out there. That's going to be a big deal when you talk about bringing him back whenever he gets back on the football field.
Line couldn't do it cleanly.
Yeah, it looks like his foot gets stepped on. But again, that's, to me, when you're talking about guys coming back, young players, like, you'd love to have them get the preseason action, do it, yes. But there's always that guidance. It's probably going to be more packages for him as he works his way back into the lineup.
So now it turns out catch, run, and a big gain on the play. Junior Bergen finally gets chased out.
We've been here 3 days, I think, right? I mean, the guy literally, like, what number do you want? He doesn't even get to pick it. 30's the only one they got. You know, and it's great job, great blocking, great call. And you see the burst and speed. He's getting some punt returns today. So, man, like, you talk about, like, red.
Went to Montana. He was first team all Big Sky. Practice squad with San Francisco after getting 2025 draft. That's the Jets' first down of the second half. Trainum. 8.5 remaining in this 4th quarter.
And as a quarterback, you love those stats, right? I mean, you catch one at the line of scrimmage, the leading passer of the game with a 44-yard, yak play by the receiver. So those are always good to get the numbers up.
It'll be a 2nd down and 7 here for the Jets. It's 2nd teamers and 3rd teamers positions. Zappy hangs in the pocket. And the catch is made 4 by Holstein, rookie from Marist. And then the 1 season with Marist, 42 catches, 599 yards, 7 touchdowns. 15 different players have caught at least 1 pass for the Jets.
You gotta love it.
Knee injury for Chase Curtis. He's out. That ball popped in the air. And the field goal unit will come on.
There's some pressure coming off the edge there on the right side. And Zappy, just need a little bit more time. Ball gets tipped to the line of scrimmage as well. And thank goodness it wasn't picked off with a defender in between the receiver.
Burke had that 59-yard try at the end of the first half. This is a 39-yarder for Sanders. So 2-score game. From 39 yards away, it is straight through for Sanders. York kicks it off. And it's Hurlman on the return. So, just across the 30-yard line. So Drew is now down by 2 scores.
Really impressive, I think, by the Jets defense right now with a shutout. You know, we've done a lot of preseason. You're going to score. Something's going to happen. To have the trust level, the different waves of players coming in, something goes to the direction of the other team. Or for these guys now in the game for the Jets.
Aller in the pocket. It's collapsing, and he is tossed down. That's number 2 for Lynn.
Yeah, this is a great job. I thought it was a twist, but it wasn't. It was a spin move, man. Just works it. It's a nice changeup by him, and he's able to get free and done that now twice. And he's playing some special teams, getting some opportunities, man. This is what this is about. May not be here, but it could be anywhere in the league.
Second down and 20. Back to the ground, and Heidenreich. Go to the 30. Gain.
Chase Wilson with the tackle.
So clock ticking down here in the 4th quarter. Third down, 3rd and 13. From the gun. Allen hooks a pass, and it's broken up. 4th down for Pittsburgh. Jacoby Keeney.
I think the most important things as you're going through is, you know, when you're making plays on the football, do you panic in the moment, right? Are you going to grab a jersey? Are you going to pull the ball? And that's a good job right there by Trey Brown. And we've seen that earlier in the game. We saw Stevens do it. So just a really nice, it's simple, right? They're not calling a lot of different defensive structures. You got a man-to-man, you got zone, and you may have a blitz or 2 sprinkled in, but they've done a nice job tonight.
Last week went 9 Tampa Bay. Sam Scott remains at the running back position. Scott carries it right up the middle, and the legs kick moving 7.
Yeah, really nice push. I mean, it's running the football, so it's a good start for Scott.
So that quarterback position, how it's going to... Second down and 3. Scott again. Driven backwards. Forward progress.
Not only was it clean, but they made some plays, which was even better.
And they're going to come up just short. Andrew, punting unit, is coming on with 3:40 and counting left in this 4th quarter.
You get into this game, you start talking about, okay, like, how are we shaping this roster, right? You know, and I just think about a guy like Andrew Beck, like a system as a fullback, but with all these tight ends and Jelani Woods being a guy that's made some noise, like, is much you use a tight end. So again, it's always interesting how you build a roster, and these are tough decisions that are going to have to be made, because it's not just how do we make this work with all these guys in these positions.
They ruled that pass incomplete. That's why the clock stopped. And Max Hurlman, 12-yard return, as Camper made the pop on special teams. Hurlman didn't have a lot of room to work with. He got stamped.
He did. I mean, it's good to see Ken Camper step up as receivers when you're on the back end. You got to do something else, do something different, make a play on special teams, and when you get your shot, can you bring a guy down and make a tackle? In the fray, someone's got to see you do something. It's not just catching footballs if you are a receiver. So again, where are you going to make your mark on this football team?
3:48 on the clock. Travis Homer now in the game. Aller double clutch. And the throw is Powell. Powell played in the UFL.
He's my side. You know, obviously it's a big rival for us the last couple of years, but really good player, very talented, made a lot of play opportunities coming from our league, and the NFL is really backed that, bringing these players in across the league.
Aller is now 6 of 12. He had the one long pass, 38 yards, and not a whole lot other than that. Lake McGo, it's 3rd and 10 for Pittsburgh.
That wasn't difficult enough. It needed to be something where it's hanging in the air near the sidelines, and it happens fast. Wasn't able to pull that in.
Allen snaps a pass, and it's broken up. Gets it done for New York. Keeney James, the intended receiver.
Well done. Again, making a play on the pull it in. He can't because Clark, not only is he there, he's able to outstretch his arm, and when the ball comes to the body of the receivers, I'm seeing right now from all the players, it looks like it's trickling down from top to bottom, which is good.
He's got some area to work. And Bergen takes it into Pittsburgh. Stutter step move from Bergen, and he's making a positive impression to the Jets. 27-yard return.
Yeah, just unbelievable opportunity there. Great job. I mean, special teams has always been important, but he signed the 19th. So the guy's been here for literally 3 days. I mean, you know, it's amazing when you get popped in. Like, what does he actually know? If you're getting thrown back, he was the first punt returner of the game today, so he's been doing it all game. So there's clearly something about this guy that really...
239 total yards now for New York. Getting to the outside, Trainum. Tried the stiff arm, then Trainum. Hole opens up, and Trainum gets bounced around. Jack Henderson with a rolling, and the Steelers use their second timeout.
Yeah, it's a zone to the right, and the running back, what he has to do is when the zone opens, and you see him there, he does a nice job. Now hold on to the football, right? It gets physical in there. Ball's kind of bouncing around, and that'll be it there. When you're getting into traffic in that 4-minute offense, you got to clasp that ball with 2 hands.
He actually benefited because Marquise Hayes and fell into Trainum. He caromed off his body to get the necessary yardage for the first down. 3:09 to go. Trainum again. And right back to the line of scrimmage.
I was on the field today. I forgot how big he was.
Stutter step move from Sam Scott. Not stop the clock. So the Jets will let this roll down. And got a 10-0 lead over Pittsburgh. Third and 7 for New York. Cook on the give. They tried to push the pile with Sam Scott. And this is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Shotgun here for Cook. They need 3 yards to end it. Trying to cap it up top. And a catch is made by touchdown. They go for the down.
Why not? I mean, listen, it's almost like a punt. Put it, you know, you got a box there. Put it in a place where only your receiver can get it. You know, just extending it out, pulling it into his body. Great concentration. Does he complete the catch? He does. He keeps it on the ground. And look, touch him. If he would have touched him, he would have been down at the 1. But again, his body skids into the end zone. He gets himself a touchdown.
31 yards. That's his natural hair color. Gone for the extra point. Brady Cook going up top. And with 1:53 to go in regulation, the Jets are up 17-0. Quincy Skinner Jr., first-year wideout from Vanderbilt.
It's really nice. Protection's good. Good job picking up the pressure by Scott. They got a linebacker coming. Just gives Brady placement. It's all about concentration. At the end of the game, it's 4th down. Like, can you pull it in and make the play? And again, Steelers defender, and Skinner slides in and gets himself a touchdown. So that's a moment he'll never forget. And of course, for Brady Cook, man, it's good to see. It off for New York.
So the Steelers will get an extra possession out of this. If the Jets just got 3 yards on the previous play, I think they enjoyed what they did more. Hurlman. He's dropped up
How close these games are, so they will be challenged early, and you know it's going to be fun to see what this looks like. You know, with the new pieces. Team, we talk about what AG and has talked about, and Frank Reich, who's. Another thing about, you know, what I've noticed is Frank Wright's up in the box. I mean, he's been calling. It's a huge deal for him as he looks down and just sees things open up and unravel. So Be good to see how that opens up for them.
This one is caught by Winstead. 15-yard pass play. Aller fading, throwing. Underneath catch made after the grab by Bell. 50 seconds left. Steelers have no timeout. And the final 45 seconds now for Pittsburgh. Aller. Soft toss it. Keeney, 34 seconds left. That's a 4-yard pickup through the air. Third down for the Steelers. Here comes the rush. Aller off his back foot. And it's Isaiah Winstead. Keenan Garber in coverage.
Man, I don't know how he did get a hand on that. He was right there. Catch.
16-yard pass play. The throw, bobble, knock away at the last moment. Target, Dean Clark with the hit for New York.
That's a good job. These guys are a little tired, right? They don't. You're in a 2-minute situation. Like, you got to focus. You got to concentrate. It's a good job. They're going to make some plays. They're going to make some catches. Just don't give up the big one here with 14 seconds left. So play back. Keep the ball in front of you so you can see and attack it.
Should have 2 cracks at the end zone just to avoid the bagel. The throw, incomplete.
It was looking at the opportunity here. You could get a late pick here. This could be a really good opportunity if you stay back as a safety here and just watch eyes. Like,
Allen looking, heaves it, incomplete. 4 seconds left. Trey Brown back in coverage. Jets trying to complete the shutout. 4 seconds left. Aller is now 11 of 22 for 110 yards.
Overall, really good performance, I think. Right now, back up. There's no reason to play up. I mean, they got to get to the end zone. Play the football.
And Aller avoids it and then throws it through the back of the end zone.